Welcome to the Midnight Matinee with your host and hostess, Robert and Angie Curtis.
Welcome, everyone, back
Welcome,
to the
everybody.
Midnight Matinee.
We're back again.
Yep.
And we had quite a lot of mixed reviews on our review of the final episode, final of the finale series of Stranger Things. Quite the, a lot of opinions, let's just say that.
Right. We had made that episode immediately after the final season had ended. When that show came out, we watched it, and then
because it was New Year's Eve, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And we came down here like immediately and recorded our review of it.
Our thoughts.
So we were still a little, little in our emotions about it. But after that came out.
Oh gosh, yes.
That's when
the theories that have come out.
The Conformity Gate started. And everyone started pouring back through the episodes and rewatching the episode 8 and making sure that everything had There was one point where someone took a screenshot of the tapes behind Rockin' Robin in the radio station and found out that they were Morse code and was like deciphering it. And then someone else redeciphered the Morse code and it was something completely different. And I mean,
Oh, well, remember the books? They ended up saying something like, 9 is a lie.
X is a lie.
X is a lie. I mean, they were finding, there were so many, like, we watch a lot of TikTok, and boy, there was just theory upon theory about how it was all a dream and how things were missing, and like, them wearing the orange at their graduation, which was like a prison.
The thing that got me about that was we just recently started rewatching the series from the beginning.
Yes.
And in like the second episode, Steve Harrington throws down his gym bag in the bathroom and it's orange. So the school's colors are orange and green.
Yeah.
So in the end, when they graduated, it's not that big a deal, you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why everybody thought they should be green.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting, because I did say, though, that my class had class colors, and I graduated in 89 like they were supposed to. So ours didn't match our high school, but that I thought it was interesting that everyone was interpreting the orange to mean that they were in some kind of prison.
Right. And that every one of the main characters had somebody wearing glasses over their left shoulder. And they were all sitting with their hands folded, just like Vecna or Henry always stands, right? None of that panned out. And all the feelings that we had about how the ending was just too safe and everything was too well bottled up. And we thought maybe that's why it was Conformity Gate, right? Because at some point, Vecna had gotten a hold of Mike, and because Mike is like the main character of the show,
the narrator.
So we're on that ride, seeing everything through his eyes of being, Vecna, and taken to the pain tree. We found it was called.
Yeah.
None of that was real. It was all.
Well, people logged in. They kept saying they had theories, like it was going to be on the 7th, I think. They thought that they were going to drop the 9th episode.
Right.
That will explain all this, and that it was nothing more than some kind of illusion, I guess.
That we figured that...
Well, they were also taking apart the fact that there's no way Mike could have gone into Elle's thing and talked to him, because she needs water and, like, absolute quiet and all that.
Right.
So they were saying that there's no way that he could have been doing that.
Right. No. There was just bad writing.
Well, you want to go? I think there were some funny comments on the Instagram, especially there was one about he needs to get out of the basement of his mother's basement.
Right.
His mother has a crawl space, and he's married.
Yep. So the stupid petty things that people get butthurt about.
And he reads everything.
Yeah.
And will respond if he feels like it's a response is required.
Right.
He doesn't have a couch. We
don't have a couch. Now we have one of those theater things.
Yeah,
it's like the home theater thing that has like cup holders in it, so we don't even have a couch.
Dual recliners. We don't like guests at our house.
Yeah, we don't. We live in a tiny home.
Yeah,
so
it's a very
there's
tiny home.
It's us and the dog, and that's about as much space as this place has.
And even the dog doesn't fit. He sits on the thing in between.
He's constantly
leaning
under the feet in this house.
Oh,
It's
my
so
goodness.
small.
Yeah. But
anyway, back to the Conformity Gate. People, they picked apart every frame of the last season and found every tiny little thing that could point to some sort of conspiracy, and then made a video about it, and then got more people on board, and then it just snowballed and snowballed until finally so many people logged into Netflix to see if the fake episode, the fake ending, was actually going to come out, that it actually crashed Netflix for a couple minutes. So many people logged in to see if it was going to be the updated, if there's going to be an episode 9, basically.
Well, and I've said, I kept saying, man, that would be ingenious.
That would be very cool.
Ingenious to come back with a 9th episode that nobody expected. I mean, that would have been like spot on, the best marketing. What do you call it?
Yeah,
the best plan.
Yeah.
To make, people crazy. People were going crazy about this. I mean, they kept saying, okay, it's going to happen this day. Well, and they were looking at, like they said, the original list of the season 5 was supposed to be almost 2 hours. Each episode was supposed to be 2 hours. They ended up 1. The way they were listed in, I guess with the government or something, that they were listed, they didn't they didn't have the right licensing.
They weren't listed as episodes. They were listed as episodians.
Which I don't know what all that is, but
which means that they're not the final product. So they could go back and change it, which they did actually. If you watched our review, I pointed out that Holly Wheeler had an Under Armour logo on her shirt, and they actually went back and brushed it out so that you can't see it. And actually, the Lucas's sling, they airbrushed that out too. So now you can't. Now you can. They made his bandage a little bigger, so you can't see that it's a strap now.
I will say though that it was, I think it was kind of interesting. Just all the theories that were going on.
Oh yeah,
just so many people picking apart. And then last Monday, was it Monday? Yeah, it was Monday. I think you came home, and they had dropped the making of the season 5.
Oh yeah, the documentary about everything. We watched that, and
2 hours we sat through this.
It finally laid to rest all of the theories that everybody had, and really what it said at the end of the day was that I'm going to piss everyone off.
Okay.
They're lazy, they're entitled, and they make way too much money. That's what they said.
Well, they went in at the very beginning. They went in. They had no final finished script for the finale.
Yeah, they were filming episode 1. They were almost finished filming episode 1, and they had no script for the ending at all.
How they were going to end all of it.
And the effects department had started building the set for the ending shot, and had no script and no playbook to go off of. There was nothing. They called them and were like, gave them a pitch, and then the effects crew went and started building stuff off of that. There was no finished previs or anything.
6 months to build that.
Yeah.
Giant foam.
And like we said at the time, like they spent all this money and all this time building this giant rib cage with all this stuff in it, and like Disney has that. What do they call that? The
way they do the Mandalorian.
Yeah, like you can't get one of them things.
It's like that wraparound screen.
Yeah, what is that called?
Oh,
I thought of it the other day. We were talking.
I'm sure he'll insert it right here. It's really believable.
The volume,
yeah. It's like amazing what they can do with it. I mean, it's so realistic.
You could do that through this entire ending and save yourself multi-millions of dollars. You know what I mean?
Well, they came across, they wanted to do less digital or what do they call it? VFX, and did more practical in a lot of this.
Right.
Which I've got, I like practical as someone who actually wanted to go into special effects at one point.
I can appreciate that. But at the same time, if there's no story there, then what difference does it make?
Yeah,
You
the
know what I
fact
mean?
that they went in there with no story just blew my mind.
Yeah.
And everyone else is, they thought that they were geniuses and they were coming out with this episode 9.
Yeah. Everybody was so involved in it.
And
like
everybody's now like,
everybody's all like, ugh,
what?
I can't believe that this is what they pulled on us. Like, this was it. That's the end of it.
Yep.
And as far as, like...
Now, they're going to set it up for sequels.
Right.
Or spin-offs, I guess.
They're going to set it up for spin-offs, and no one is going to watch because they're all so mad now.
Yeah. How about how to make a fan base mad? And they said that they were looking at, I guess there were fan theories out there that they were looking at on Reddit and stuff like that.
Right.
Probably to try to help.
Oh, yeah, that's what... If you freeze frame or screenshot, if you're watching on your phone, when they're in the room, the writer's room, and you can see the wall and you can see their laptops, they have multiple tabs open for Reddit and ChatGPT.
Trying to see what people are thinking.
That totally makes sense, right? For this sort of ending, to have had ChatGPT just write it, You're like, here's our first 7 episodes. Make an ending for this so that we can go back and pick out this week's Porsche, so we can go buy some more vintage teas and sit around drinking coffee all afternoon.
The Duffer Brothers.
Yeah.
I mean, I did think it was kind of interesting that they did. And I'm sure that they wanted to give the ending that they thought the fans would want. I mean, I could see that, especially with people like Star Wars fans like us.
Yeah.
Who were not big fans of the, what are they called?
The sequel trilogy.
Yeah. Whatever it is, 6, 7, and 4, 5, I can't. 7 through 9 or whatever it is. Right. That they basically went out of their way, I think, to piss Star Wars fans off.
Yeah.
And then that's not the case always, though. You came out with The Mandalorian, which I thought was top notch.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
They came out with Andor. Andor was amazing.
Yeah.
I
loved it.
Ahsoka was pretty good.
Yeah, Ahsoka was good too.
Book of Boba Fett, not so
I even liked that one, the Skeleton Crew.
Oh yeah,
with little kids. I liked that. That was.
I think
fantastic.
everybody kind of panned that one.
Yeah. But I love that. What was that? The actor, the guy.
Jude Law.
Jude Law. He's amazing. And he's amazing in that too because he has to play a character who is like at heart a good guy, but he's also a pirate scumbag.
Yes. Yeah.
So at the same time, he like does bad stuff and good stuff. He's kind of a more articulate Jack Sparrow.
Oh yeah.
That,
yeah. I got it. Yeah.
So I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was really good.
I really don't understand though that how could they make these great series, but then the movies.
Yeah.
Well,
terrible.
We're talking about Stranger Things.
Well, I did hear breaking news for you guys. They're gonna redo Galaxy's Edge, and the main city of Galaxy's Edge is going to be the Batu is going to be The Empire Strikes Back, The Mandalorian, and Ahsoka.
Tatooine.
It's not Tatooine.
What's the name of that city? I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'm sure the Star Wars people can say it.
Yeah, but the Black Spire Outpost is going to be. They're gonna get rid of some of the First Order branding, and the First Order trading post thing is going to be just a generic Star Wars store. So they're going to move the Star Wars store from the Hollywood Studios walk and put it into Batu with everything else, and then
the trading post or whatever. Yeah.
No more Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren's going to go over to Hollywood Studios, and they're going to have Darth Vader and actual stormtroopers.
Well, and we've gotten way off the thing. We are
breaking news.
We are actually one of, I don't know how many actually people rode the Star Cruiser, but we actually did the Disney Star Cruiser that they had, where you did this immersive experience. I'm so glad we did it when we did because we were going to wait a year. And
I was wearing the world's most expensive baseball hat in the last episode. So
yes.
if you wanted to see the most exclusive and expensive baseball hat.
I just never understood how Galaxy's Edge is so amazingly put together. The Rise of the Resistance ride, so amazingly put together. Yeah. And then they do this Starliner or the Star Cruiser or whatever, and it looks like something from Star Trek.
Yeah.
It was too clean.
Yeah.
It was too nice. And just anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, let's reel it back. Don't talk to us about Star Wars because we are longtime Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
I saw the first movie in the back of my parents. I think they were driving in either a Regal or Impala at that time, and at the drive-in in my PJs, and I just fell in love with it.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater when I was a little kid. When I was a little, what was that?
77.
77, so I was 4.
4.
I was 4.
My life was forever changed after that. I mean, I wanted Star Wars action figures and whatnot.
I remember I was standing on the seat in the movie theater so that I could see over the guy in front of me's shoulders. And then, like, I blackmailed every one of my family members to take me back to see it.
Ironically enough, it was my mother. She went up to visit with one of her sisters, saw it, thought my sister and I guess my sister was a lot younger then, would love it, took us to see it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, my life was forever changed. I am not Star Trek. We are Star Wars in this house.
No.
But, okay, reeling back.
We gotta get our geek cards out. So.
Yeah, let our geek fly fly. If you would see our living room, and we got more lightsabers.
Yeah.
That anyone should have.
Yeah. We actually bought the Stranger Things
Dungeons and
Dragons set, so we could play the adventure that they had played in the show.
So now we need some people who want to play Dungeons and Dragons Stranger Things style.
So I thought that'd be a fun thing for the show. We'll
my dice are on their way.
Nice.
So I'll have some dice in my.
How about that?
I never played D&D, but I'm ready to learn.
I haven't played since I was little.
Yeah.
Well, since the Satanic Panic days of the 80s.
I will say that we started last night rewatching. We watched 1 through 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah, probably 1 through 4.
Kind of watching more closely.
Yeah.
To see, like, there was the scene where Holly went up and she saw something. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe,
right.
because this was drawn out from it started in 2016 and just ended. So you're talking 10 years.
Right.
Of things, and they only put it out every couple of years, and we're not the kind of people like that go back and rewatch to watch the new season.
Right.
So we're looking to see if there's anything that we have missed.
Right.
That may have been clues.
So Holly Wheeler was the first person that wasn't one of the people that were taken by demos, or Joyce, that actually saw the demo trying to push its way through the wall, right? So she was the first one of the cast to have actually seen the demo trying to come through the wall. So that does kind of put some canon in her chops later on. And then as far as the whole Will coming out thing, in like the first episode, they mentioned that he doesn't have a lot of friends because they call him gay at school.
Yeah.
So that really is canon. That in the first episode they start.
Well, they said that even
up.
His relationship with his father was kind of hindered because he
doesn't like sports, and he doesn't like NASCAR, and he doesn't like muscle cars, and all that. And his dad is all about that stuff. So that's why Will and his dad never ever got any bonding going on. But that's why the brother. What is his name?
Oh, the brother is...
Will's older brother has actually had bonding with his dad and doesn't like him because he's a dirtbag.
Yeah.
But they have more in common than him and Will do, so that's why...
Jonathan.
That's why Jonathan thought maybe Will had ran away to go visit his dad for some reason instead of getting, taken into the Upside Down.
Yeah. But...
Yeah. So there you go. There's a couple things that we thought were plot holes, but they were actually just kind of glazed over,
and maybe we'll see more as we go along. Like I said, normally what's funny is like movies we'll sometimes rewatch.
Yeah.
But there's so many series that we have watched over the years.
Oh, yeah.
That we don't have time to rewatch.
And the stuff we watched at the same time, like we watched this season and then watched another show and then watched the second season and then another show. So I remember specifically we were watching The Dark.
Oh, yeah. And
at the same
we
time
were watching,
that we were
also
watching
watching Sabrina, too.
Yeah. And that one, The Rain.
Oh, yeah, The Rain.
So there's kind of like a little bit of overlap in our memories because we were watching other sci-fi things at the same time.
I get confused on some of the stuff. Even now I'm watching, I'm like, wait a minute, was that in that show or was that in that show?
Yeah, right.
Too many shows. Too many streaming.
Sometimes you see, like we were watching those Harlan Coben shows, and you see like the same actors in each one of those series, but they're in different roles. So like one was a policeman in one,
but then
then he's the criminal in another, and then now the girl who was a policeman is now the mobster's wife in this one, and then you're like, wait a minute, like who?
Yeah.
Who is that now? She's this guy's daughter. In the last one, she was the other guy's daughter. You know,
I guess maybe they have because, well, and I noticed that Harlan Coben, however they pronounce it, he has some of them on Prime, and then he has a lot of them on Netflix.
Yeah.
So I don't know who bought the rights because he writes a lot of books.
Right.
Obviously, we're also book people.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the shows are good. They're well written. I always like how he. This is totally 180 degrees off subject. So, but he lays out an event and then tells you how that event looks from the outside, and then how it looks from the main character's side, and then from the victim's side, and then when you get to the end, you find out that none of that was real, and then what actually happened was this whole other thing.
Yeah,
and it's always well written, and I appreciate it every time.
Yeah, it's not much of a horror. It would not fall much in this category for
us. It's true crime, if anything.
Yeah, true crime, kind of like a whodunit kind of thing almost, which I like. In fact, I watched Suspicions of Mr. Witcher. It had 4 things. It was 1 season, but it was very interesting because usually when you see a crime show, you're like, okay, well, there's got to be 2 bodies buried in that thing, so they dig it up. And this is the first case I saw in a series where they're like, oh, that theory was wrong. Because usually it's like boom, 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 everything falls into place, and they solve the crime in 1 episode. This did not happen in this, and I thought it was really well done. It was I have this weird soft spot for BBC.
Oh yeah.
Shows and stuff like that.
I'm with you.
The Sherlock Holmes and all that. So anyway, okay. Really back. We're drifting here.
So we started rewatching the first season, and we're going to go through all the seasons and see how much of a Conformity Gate really was there and how much was just people misremembering. Because even we misremembered a lot of things that happened in the first season. So it's kind of nice to watch.
In the first season, when we watched it the first time, I thought it was just stellar.
Oh yeah.
Like I was like blown away. Like like this is a great
story. The first
story.
season and the second season were fantastic.
Yeah. And then he even like on their other channel pulled in paranormal
like
experience,
the
government experiences, which is kind of cool when you look at it, like the Montauk experiment. What was the other ones that you guys were talking about?
Philadelphia experiment, MK Ultra, like all of that stuff. We did a whole video about what paranormal things that are actually real are in Stranger Things. So
yes. So yeah, if you're interested in the actual real events that kind of inspired the Duffer Brothers to write Stranger Things, take a look at that video.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of overlap and stuff like that. I mean, you never know what the government's doing.
Yeah, not at all.
Not at all. Actually, it's someone he actually was in the government.
Yeah. Todd and I both were prior service, military, so the both of us know a lot about, the government shenanigans.
So we're not far from Scott Air Force Base from here, and my family is from. I have to go by Scott Air Force Base to go see my family down in Southern Illinois.
Right.
And I was coming back one night, and I'm a very, I was brought up by a scientific professor, and, question everything, what could it really be? So we're coming home one night, and I see triangle lights.
Oh, right.
Which I was like, and it was like up there, and I'm like, we're out in the middle of nowhere because, there's a lot of cornfields, a lot of farmlands out there in the middle of Illinois when you're driving in the middle of it, and there's nothing there. And then to see these triangle lights. So then I met him, a number of years later, and I said, I'm pretty sure I saw those triangle lights. And my first thought was, okay, Scott Air Force Base is right there. Is this some kind of, was it like the stealth bomber I was seeing? I'm just seeing the tips or something like that. Could it be some kind of drone? And then he goes on to tell me.
Scott Air Force Base is like like FedEx. It's not like a military base. It's a part of what's called the Military Airlift Command. So it doesn't, there's no fighter planes or bombers or anything there. It's just refuelers and like package shipping airplanes. It's not anything
tactical. So they don't do any kind of technical.
No, they will land there if they need to fuel. Like they'll stop there and refuel and then go on, but they don't. Or they might stop there and hang out for a night if they've been flying for too long or whatever. Because pilots are a lot like truckers. They're only allowed to spend so much time in the plane.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you're in
log errors.
You're in an airplane that you can't get up and go to the bathroom in. It's all around you, so you need to stretch your legs every once in a while.
Well, you also got me on that thing when they say if something tells you it's military grade built.
Yeah, it's usually junk.
Don't believe it.
Right.
They'll tell you it's military grade built, so it's built for this. And
right. Military grade means it was built by the cheapest contractor. Whoever put in the lowest bid, that's who got that contract. That's what military grade means. It means it's junk.
These are the same people that pay like $10,000 for a gold toilet.
Yeah, for a toilet seat.
Anyway, so we're reeling. We're all over the place.
We're all over the place today. But yeah, our Veritas project episode this week, we talked about all of the real the real science behind Stranger Things. We broke it down, all of the different, like the Mind Flayer and hive minds and how all that stuff really works. If it really works. You know what I mean? Because is any of it real? Probably not. But
it's a lot of fantasy.
Right. So that's what we did. And then, like I say, we're gonna rewatch this series and try to find all of the plot holes that everyone talks about for a Conformity Gate. But the series came and went. The documentary came and went, and there was no 9th episode. There was no closure. There was no.
Could it be just to continue? You know what I'm talking about? Continuing errors. What's the word I'm looking for?
Continuity.
Continuity. That's the word I'm looking for.
There is a lot of that.
That they just didn't mind the gap. And I was thinking about this. We're looking at this, and we've seen a lot of big budget movies. You're talking like, the Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
The Marvel years and the Star Wars and Indiana Jones and all that, where these are big budget movies.
Yeah, huge budgets.
That, and the amount of money that would have to have gone, Netflix would have had to gone in to put in for these seasons was probably off the scale. Yeah. Because most of their stuff is, it's good, but I wouldn't say it's like blockbuster.
And the budget for the Stranger Things, the announced budget, that's almost $1 billion, that doesn't include marketing, right? That's just the filming production budget. So you add another 1.5 million, somewhere in that range of money on top of that. So you're easily talking $1 billion that this last episode got. Right?
Well, and they got a lot of attention from it. And they got, I wonder, like I said, the word of mouth, like they didn't deny.
Oh, yeah, because they were getting free publicity out of it.
Well, even last night, someone posted, I want to say it was yesterday, that Matthew Modine plays...
I saw that. That was a dirtbag thing to do.
Yeah, he's walking down the hall. He's got the white hair, because he plays... Oh, God, I'm drawing a blank. Papa.
Yeah. He walks down the hallway with this little vest on. And he opens the door.
And it's an 11 on the door. I'm like...
And I was like...
It's like, are they all trolling the fans?
You people need to stop, okay? There's only so many middle fingers that we can have in our face at one time.
It's funny. I thought it was funny. And, if for some reason they ever do, if there was ever, if they really had the wool pull over everybody's eyes and a 9 drops, mind blown. But,
yeah, right.
But right now, we're thinking no.
No, if you see the whiteboard behind them in the writing room in the documentary, you can see that this ending that we got was the ending that they had planned. So there was a little different. They wanted to have Will be the one that killed the Mind Flayer, which makes sense for his character arc.
That's right. They brought back Joyce.
Right.
Who had very little. They said very little.
Yeah.
The first season was more her focused.
Right.
Than.
Well, because all of the kids were all, young children back then.
Yeah.
And they didn't have any star power in this, because David Harbour hadn't done anything at that point.
No.
So they needed a big name to put in the titles. That's why till the very end, Winona Ryder was the first name in the title, in the opening credits, because she had the star power that got eyeballs on the screen, and then everyone fell in love with the story. And then
I've always loved her.
Carried on. Oh yeah, I've never seen a bad Winona Ryder movie.
No, she's really good.
Yeah, she's excellent in this. Because we're rewatching the first season where she's just slaying it. She is so good in that first season, and she carries that first season because there's her ability.
She is unhinged.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like her ability to project, like the mental trauma
that a mother's going through,
is unmatched. It's so good.
And while he's sneezing, I was going to show that these beautiful pens that one of our Patreon made for us with our colors for the for not the Midnight Matinee, but the Veritas.
The Veritas project. She brought that to the.
Thank you, Amy.
Yeah.
Is it Amy of Queen Corn? Queen Amy of Corn? Something like that.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is our thoughts. If you want to come at us in the comments again, go right ahead, because Bob reads them all.
Right.
Some of them are very funny, and he'll answer you if he thinks that you're off base.
Right.
But yeah, he doesn't live in the basement.
Yeah, we don't have.
His mother doesn't have a basement.
No, Mom doesn't.
He's married.
Mom wouldn't let me live with her if I wanted to.
He's like,
you've been gone since you were 18. Get out of the house.
I say, I think I left at like 23 or something. 23.
But she's repurposed my room like 4 times now.
She lives in your room now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Okay. I guess we'll see you guys next time on the
Midnight Matinee.
Here's Todd.
Here's Todd.
You've been watching the Midnight Matinee, brought to you by the Veritas Project. So when the clock strikes 12, grab your tickets for the next episode of the Midnight Matinee.